All right, y'all, welcome back. Today is Saturday, December 28, 2024. And today we're going to be working on the 62 here. Today's plan is to get these doors off. Both doors, the trunk, and the moonroof. I'm going to drop that out. We're going to get the doors in bare metal and epoxy. The trunk, maybe. The fenders, possibly. And then that's probably a full day. We're gonna be taking this stuff down. This may be original paint. This is not, but it comes off really easy. We hit this with 36 grit last weekend, and it took it down pretty quick. I'm gonna be using some different stuff to get that down. I'll show you guys once we get going, but that's today's plan. It should be pretty easy, man. It should be pretty easy. This, we don't know how many layers of paint are on it. That's the original color. It might not be much. Might not be much. So we'll get things set up around here. Bring you guys back.
That's why it looks so dark. This is pretty cool.
Maybe a new disc once it's all done. How's this on? Phillips here.
It has all the
You wanna flip it over? We'll get it off. Pretty good, huh? Couple little things that got found out, you know. No. Nah, that's good enough. That's good enough. Here we are, it's about 5 o'clock. It's been a long day, long, loud day. 3 grinders and air going and all kinds of stuff, but we got everything in bare metal. Well, for the most part, we're working on the trunk. Should be ready here in the next 15 minutes. What we did was we used those blue discs. I'll put a link in the description. They're good on the angle grinder. We used some 36 grit on the roll lock. We used 60 grit on the DA, and then we used OSFO for the deep black stuff, black pits. So the process was we used the blue discs on the grinder first, then saw what we had to use some OSFO. When I use OSFO, I use it with a red pad, so I kind of scrub it in there too, let it sit. Reapply it. Some areas we had to reapply 3 or 4 times. Dry it, and rinse it, reactivate it, rinse it, dry it, then go with the DA and the roll lock. You want to show them here, for example, this was 36 grit on the roll lock. You can see the scratches. 36, 36, 36, 36 in the corner, and then everything else was 60 grit on the DA. So after that, I'm using solvent-based wax and grease remover with these blue shop towels. Now these aren't the final white, and this ain't the final cleaner. I use the solvent-based first to get all the heavy stuff. Now these doors have already been wiped down 3 times, and I'm gonna show you. They're still dirty. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think this will be the last before we move on to the alcohol base. We only did the outside surfaces of all this because when we have that mobile sandblaster come out, we're going to have them do the door jams. Door jams, maybe the fender jam when he does the rest of the car. Because the door jams will take him 5 minutes, probably for another $15, versus us messing with it for an hour or more or longer. So sometimes it's better. These doors and fenders, with the exception of, well, they both have patches, I guess. Yeah. The doors are okay. There's no patches on the doors. Down here on the corner, they're nice and solid. Down here in the back, pretty good.
Couple little things, but nothing major.
A lot of dents, sure, but no rust repair on the doors. Okay, that's clean enough to move on. Do the fenders one more round. So I'm a big SPI guy, as you know. We're using a solvent-based wax and grease remover first, and then we're going to use the water-based, which they recommend the water-based on bare metal. And it's the same process. This is the same exact process I did on the 60, and it's been painted for a year and a half or whatever, and knock on wood, nothing's come back yet. Knock on wood. So when you're spraying this it sit, because what it's going to do is all the contaminants are going to rise to the top, and then that's when you wipe. Okay, so spraying it on your rag and then wiping the panel isn't really getting it clean. You want to hose it on to the point that it's basically dripping on the floor. Let it sit for a second or two, and all the stuff that's on the surface is going to rise to the top, and then you wipe. That's pretty clean. Well, considering what it was.
Yeah.
So I use these blue shop towels first, a little bit more dirty. You can use, in this stage, you can use anything, man. You can use a bath towel, you know, anything, because this ain't the final stage. We're still gonna do the water base with a proper wipe. Also, we're not getting ready to paint nothing, you know what I mean? All we're doing is getting this stuff in a coating that's gonna prevent it from future rust. So, it is crucial to get the panel clean, but as far as like dirt nibs and bugs, at this point it's not that, you can be doing shit outside. We can spray them outside, because
You still gotta do body work on top of it.
yeah, this thing is gonna be sanded at least
10 times.
shit. By the time it's final wet sand and buff, yeah. Leave lots in. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna speed it up a little bit. Give it a little boost with compressed air. You can see it's got some funky patches.
Yeah. Are these the fenders that came with the car?
No. I don't think so. And he said he got 3 pairs. He said these were the best ones. And I was like, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. They look fine.
I mean, yeah, they look good other than the little patches they had and
Yeah.
little ding here or whatever.
Yeah, it helps evaporate it. Now, SPI recommends with the water-based stuff to let your bare metal sit for 30 minutes after cleaning. You want to make sure it's all evaporated out. You don't want you definitely don't want to trap anything at this stage, because it's going to want to make its way to the top, and then it'll result in a little pimple or a bubble or something. Okay, so now this stuff.
Which one, the waterborne or the?
Yeah, the water-based. All it is, it's got a high alcohol content.
It is stronger. You can smell it.
Well, I was gonna have to reimburse me for all this, man. I wasn't sponsored, you know what I mean?
You did buy the beer.
Shit. $10 at the dollar store, Dollar General. So now we're gonna use
Still got
One day.
we still got the trunk lit outside.
In one day, man. That's like 40 hours worth of work right there in one day. Okay. Now, spray the alcohol. When I spray this, I like to hose it on, man. Like, to the point that it's running off.
Sometimes they got specific people for only one job. Like, you only got a body man, you got a paint man, you know, you got somebody
that takes all this stuff down.
Somebody that does only the wet sanding stage, you know, the finishing stage.
Do it all. Okay. Cleaner. Now the difference between this white and the other white is this won't leave behind any lint. Now at this stage, lint is not a deal breaker. Because like I say, it's going to be sanded anyways, man. And we went with black. We went with black because black epoxy. Show everything. It's going to show everything. So we're just going to do this, man. I'm going to have the cameraman follow me up with the air. Bring you guys back once we start mixing.
Ready?
Yeah, so that was like right at 20 ounces. And I just kind of went light. You don't want to go too heavy. You go too heavy, it's going to crater up. But now that it's already there, this next instead of 90.
Looks like we got a visitor.
Yeah. That's all. Who's supposed to be? Who's supposed to be a part of the party? All right. Let's go start on this door since I'm already here.
All right, man, that's 3 coats. That was 64 ounces. We had just enough. We ran a little bit dry on towards the end of the trunk, but we got 3 coats. So next up is we're gonna try and hammer this out a little bit or pull it out or try and put them to where we don't need as much filler. Still gonna need filler. I'm gonna come in with some all metal and just go over the welded seam with all metal real thin, and then, you know, I'll do that first. Doors don't look that bad.
No, just some little dings, you know, nothing that little bit of filler can't fix.
Yeah. So next weekend we're gonna work on getting the mobile sandblaster to come out here. He's gonna be doing all these jams that we didn't do, bare metal. And we can get the car on the sideways on the rotisserie. Yeah, man, the camera's overheating. So next weekend, sandblaster gonna come out, gonna do the floors, trunk, and everything that we didn't do today.
On the body, yeah.
On the body. So more epoxy next weekend. So hope you guys enjoyed it, man. Y'all stay tuned. And you back next weekend. Man, wow, this looks